to the control conversation that we were having earlier. It's almost like you lose a little bit of your ability to make a decision on your own behalf. It's like you're putting that in somebody else's hand to make a decision. From what I'm hearing from the ladies, is pretty much every decision because they're not going to go against their husbands. So because their husbands may wake up one morning and say, you know what, you can't do this, you can't do that, they're just going to go along with it. So I think depending on the person, she may raise an eyebrow about marriage and be apprehensive about it if she feels as though she's going to lose her identity in that marriage.
What is the, that? Go ahead, Becca.
So it's more so about like, that's why the whole vetting thing. So it's not just about like, okay, anything he says, because if you know that person, you know that he is looking at all aspects, like we aren't looking at all aspects, then absolutely, if he says no, there's something that he sees that I may not see. There's something that he understands that I may not understand. He gives me context, but if I know him the way that I know him, I know that he's looking at a bigger picture that I'm not looking at. So it's not like, oh, some random, oh, you just can't do this, you can't do that. There's something there that's making him say that. And whatever those factors might be, yeah, we can talk about those factors, but if he's telling me no, it is a no. The only reason why we're talking about the factors is just to see if I can understand that. And even if I don't understand it, I'm going to trust his judgment.
Now let's get to this, right? What if it ain't that? What if niggas is gonna be there and he don't want you around niggas?
Which is usually the reason why they say no. Let's be honest. We're gonna call a spade a spade.
Why would I want to be around a whole bunch of other guys then if I'm already in a relationship?
It's
exactly.
So what?
It's just brunch.
It's just a lot of dudes, and I'm in a relationship.
Right.
There's men everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just men. This is what I always say to people. My best friend just got engaged, and I told her, and our parents were never married. We never saw marriage, all of the things. And I say, people are going to give you a lot of advice. You do what works for y'all may not work for the next person, and that's okay. As long as the two of you are happy, as long as it works for the both of y'all, and this is what you're okay with, then let that be.
But is this brunch worth the relationship? Like, is it worth the relationship? Regardless of you walking around and there's other guys that are around. Fine, yes, there's guys everywhere. But this specific location that I'm going to, is this worth my relationship if he's telling me no?
That's a good question.
But I think there's a step before that, right? I think for me, in my mind, I would wonder, why don't you trust me to go to this brunch? What am I giving off? Trust. Or what have we had historically in our relationship? Or what issues do you have prior to us getting married, us being in a relationship where you are concerned about me being around other people? If I am attractive here, if I'm an attractive woman, people are going to look at me and may have conversation with me, whether you're with me when I'm at work or not. If I'm going to the grocery store or brunch, it just happens to be a larger volume of people. So what difference does it make? It's a trust issue. If your issue is because there's other men there, do you think that I'm going to be flirty? Do you think that I'm not going to handle myself accordingly? Like, what is it? It's different. It's one thing to talk about safety. It's one thing to talk about, you know what, I don't necessarily think that's a good vibe for you. I'm not really feeling the place, whatever the logistics are. And there's another thing to say, well, it's going to be too many niggas. What does that matter?
So wouldn't that be the other factors possibly, though? Would you think? As far as like your safety, there's going to be a lot of guys there, all of that. Like,
so that's the point.
Those would be extra layers, yeah.
So that's what I'm making to it. Is it an issue of, if anything pops off and there's a lot of men and I'm not there to protect you, is that one thing? Or are you bothered at the fact that there's going to be a lot of other men there and you feel that I'm going to be flirty and I'm not going to know how to act in a scenario? Just throwing it out. Like, what is the real issue and concern?
What if it's not?
Yeah, but why do you feel the need to go out with random men in the vicinity when you are in a relationship, let alone a marriage? This is a case of where women want to be in a relationship. They want to secure the provision of a man in a relationship, but still be able to act single. And men are saying no. It's not about trust. It's about a respectful thing to do when you're in a relationship. It's no different from if you get hired by a company, but you prefer spending time at a different company where you're not employed. Why are you spending time at a company where they don't pay you, where you have no work there, you have no business there? Why don't you want to go with your husband? If he says no and you're a submissive woman and he's the provider, he's the leader, if he says no, don't go out to brunch with where random men are going to be. Why is it an issue? Why don't you just respect your husband? They want to be single in a relationship because, they get the benefits.
not you that he's worried about? What if it's about the other men? Just being in that environment at all, in that close proximity.
Right.
Like,
but what about the other men? Is it the safety of the other men, or is it the other men are going to keep coming up to you, trying to talk to you, trying to do the
Everything.
most?
Yeah, they make
Everything.
a move.
yeah, it could be a
Make a
combination.
move. They touch your leg under the table. Like, I like what I'm looking at.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry. Amber's
I'm
like,
not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm just saying, like, there's just so many factors. And I just think back to the scenario with that Hamp gave about the work trip. This is an opportunity for me to go. And this is an opportunity for us to bring in more money, make opportunities. What is it about this particular work trip? And you know that it has the potential to advance whatever. Why don't you want me to go?
that's what I'm saying. Like a work trip, all of this stuff is like, I'm just being real. Ain't no husband gonna say no to a work trip that he agreed for you to work at. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
But you'd be surprised. I mean, I'm just
There's no
throwing it out
way.
there. You'd be surprised.
But then that's a different type of man. That's why I said I answered the question or whatever for sure. But like, if I'm doing a job that my husband don't like, and now he's saying I can't go on a work trip, no, like that means no, that's not a man that you're trying to be married to, because that don't make no sense. That's backwards. You could do this from a distance, but now when you go up close to a work trip, it's a problem. Nah.
Also, these same women wouldn't want their husband to be going out where there's plenty of women. The only reason women don't have an issue with a man going out by himself is because they know women never approach the men. It's the man who has to put in the time and effort to approach. And either way, you approach 10 women, 9.5 of them are going to reject you anyway. So the reason they don't use the same double standard against men is because they know men are never going to get approached. So they're not as insecure or, have trust issues about it, because they know men don't get approached. But the thing is, if they knew their man is going in a place where it's plenty of women, not plenty of men, they would have an issue with it. They wouldn't want their husband to go and hang out without them, where it's a bunch of women and a few men.
So it sounds like he misunderstands her as a person and understanding who she is. And so that's a flaw on his part. Is that what it is coming down to? That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me.
Now, leisure trip is different, but a work trip is a work trip.
I just feel like it's all the same, because it works either way. I'm not gonna be combative or like, I'm like, why I can't go? I'm not gonna do that either way, whether it's work or play. Now, if you know what I mean, I may be curious about the reasons. I may even ask, but if I don't get the answers, I have to be okay with that, and then I'm still not gonna go. So I think that's what it boils down to.
Well,
like,
you might not be okay with it just because you said okay. Right? You
Right,
still gonna have your well, damn shit. It's gonna come out later. You're gonna figure it out. Maybe you have different conversations to pull it out some way. Either way, you're gonna have to eventually know. So, because the thing is, understanding your man is important as he's understanding you. So that's why I think Rebecca was saying like the vetting process is so important.
Hedonistic environments, do wives belong in those?
No.
They like the attention.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You at a bus stop in the middle of the night. I ride by, I see a ring on your finger. Should I judge your man off that?
Yes.
I need an answer from
All
you.
the time.
Yes, because which type of husband lets his wife be alone in the middle of the night at the bus stop? Think about it. Like, which type of husband is that? A broke husband, or a husband who has no type of leadership, or a husband who she doesn't listen to? Because he probably told her don't be out too late, and she said, "You're not my boss. You're not the boss of me."
I need an answer from everybody. Does that look crazy?
It looks crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What a wife on the side of the road in a snowstorm. I drive by, I see a ring bling. Should I judge your man for that?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, most definitely.
Okay. You got an Uber from the airport at 3 a.m., but you got a husband at home. Should I judge him for not coming to get you?
Yeah.
Yes.
But then you can get on an airplane and go 2,000 miles away, but I shouldn't judge him for that.
Gotcha. The double standards.
Perfect. Shit like
It's the double standards, man. But anyway, shout out to this might get risky. This might be risky. Is the name of the channel. This might be risky. I'll put the link down below. Let's go to Anton Daniels. Give me 1 second.
They play devil's advocate. Pretend,
on a first
pretend we're
date.
on a first date.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, Kiki, yeah, do you want the steak? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so do you want kids?
I could be open, but one thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together.
You're so should I take it personally?
I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real.
Oh wait, are you speaking as Kiki?
Yeah.
I'm speaking as
She's
the Kiki.
Not the.
Okay, girl. I mean, honestly, I just feel like, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah.
Wait,
And I
wait,
just
wait.
feel that.
Time out. You're for real right now?
She's for real.
Marry even.
You
You're
don't have,
married.
you gonna live around the corner?
Two
Around the
houses.
corner would be great.
What about the guest house? Would you let him live in the
Yes,
guest house?
we can be in the guest house. You know what I'm saying? We can be on the same, land, but I'm over there and he's over there.
Yeah.
At best, separate rooms.
Okay.
So what about, you go to the bathroom, you have the 2 toothbrushes.
No, so he can mess my bathroom.
Is that your hot take? So if that's your hot take.
That's one of them.
And that's a hot
I can't close my
take.
close my mouth.
But think about how fun it would be to be like, I'm going over to my man's house.
Yeah.
Over there.
You know what? It keeps things right.
It's fun and
Yeah.
exciting. I want to go sit on his couch.
And he better clean when you're coming over.
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
You know what? I will say I'm laughing about it, but there are probably people watching right now who agree with you.
Come on.
Many
it just
people.
helps to keep. I feel like sometimes you can be just too up under.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
get some
I do.
space.
I love it. Yes, I do.
I like her. She's very good. She's very bright. I like her.
They want the
She's very
marriage, but
bright.
they don't want to be
Yeah,
wives.
she seems like she knows what she wants. And Anton said something like that a long time ago. By having separate, it keeps the I mean, it made sense. I mean,
No, it doesn't.
I tell a man to stay away from her.
It would take a very masculine man to deal with something like that.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. If she get the right man, she gonna be like, "Don't leave. I want to live with you." She's saying that now because she's bitter.
Nah,
But I like the way she was handling that question. Or
Do you
a
think that
statement.
that's the reason why she chose the baby daddy that she has? Because was this interview before or after she had kids? Because she has
This
a kid
interview was
and
literally just
alienated her baby
a couple
daddy.
days
So
ago, I
is
think.
this before or after?
I think this
I don't know all the
this is just a couple days ago.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that's just who she is. That's the reason why she chose the kind of man that she chose to have a kid with. Somebody that didn't have no backbone because she just want to go over.
But let me ask y'all a question, because y'all can speak to that too. But like it says at the bottom, do y'all think that relationships, the dynamic of what we define relationships to be, based off of everything that we've seen tonight, with Tyree saying what he said, with Keke Palmer saying what she said, do y'all think that we need to embrace to just completely abandon what traditionalism is, because that's not something that people are embracing anymore? Do y'all think that it needs to be a different has relationships basically changed forever? Like, should we stop trying to romanticize how things used to be, knowing that we never gonna get that again?
We're never going back in the past.
I don't think that they should change, but I think that more of that type of thinking is going to be more common. But I don't think things should change because I like them traditional.
So,
but when you were saying that before, and when Keke, if you really was listening to her, she wants her own space.
Cool. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is that advice that you can give to people that are coming up trying to get into a relationship today?
Different strokes for different folks.
Would you be able to confidently think that they're gonna be able to have what you have in this new day and age?
Nah, man. The days of a real traditional relationship are over. Women want traditional men, but they don't want to be traditional. So they want the man, because back in the day, they want they want the man to do what the man used to do 50 years ago. So provide, protect, make the money, bring the check. Because men of yesteryear used to literally bring the whole check, bring the whole paycheck and give it to the woman. Today's women, 2026, want the men to do the same thing, but you can't tell her what to do. She will cook when she wants to. She will clean when she wants to. You should hire a maid. She's going to keep her own job, but she's never going to contribute to the household. She wants you to pay 100% of the bills. And this is why, even when they say, I want a man, but I want us to keep separate places, even in a marriage, she may have a separate house and you guys don't live under the same roof, but she wants you to pay also for her own house. They are not talking about she wants her own house so she can pay her own bills in a marriage. No, you're going to be married, separate houses. She expects you to pay for your own house and her own house. They want the marriage, but they don't want to be the wives, the traditional wives.
Anton, do you know how many older couples have separate bedrooms?
I was just about to say that, Jess.
Like, this isn't something that's new. Grandma and Pop got separate beds. They sleep in separate rooms. They come see each other during the day, and at night they go to their living quarters.
But a lot of times they did that for different reasons. Like, for example, one of the reasons a lot of times that they started to sleep separately is because sometimes they would have different, like the dad would have different shifts. Like a lot of times he would work midnights. You know what I'm saying? And then when he would go to sleep at a different time, or his schedule.
Let's not deal with outliers, though, Anton.
No, those are not outliers.
It wasn't to spice up their relationship.
Let's focus
those
on
were
preference.
real reasons, or because he snored, or whatever, right? Those were real reasons.
And I'm not negating that, but I want to focus on preference because that's what Kiki was referring to. And it's a preference. So let's talk about preference. There are older couples who prefer to live in separate bedrooms.
And let me add some more context. A lot of times those couples wanted to be apart and they couldn't.
Yeah.
And so they had to stay together.
That's true.
That's why I said it should be more acceptable.
They didn't want to necessarily be in the same bedroom as each other anymore. So, I mean, and some of them just wanted to have different bedrooms. They wanted to have different spaces. They had the space to be able to do that. But my point is that is it possible for, I mean,
you asked me would I give that advice?
Shampoo, shut up.
I personally think with social media, with the dynamics of women having more freedom, with feminism, with people now saying that they want partners, with women making more money supposedly and all of this, not necessarily saying that overall they make more money than men, but they making more money than ever before, than they ever had before. Is the dynamics of relationships different now? Do we have to think of them differently than we did traditionally?
So, Anton, I want to make this correction.
The dynamics are different for women, but they want the dynamics to stay the same for men, pretty much.
Because I see you make this preference a lot as it relates to partners, right? And why the terminology for partners is used. It's not so that a woman can feel like, oh, I'm should be up here with a man and I'm his partner. When people talk about partner, the word partner is meant to exhibit inclusivity, right? That is the basis of it. Instead of saying boyfriend, girlfriend, which is polarizing, which isn't necessarily inclusive to those who might identify within the LGBTQIA community, the term partner was coined and used, but not in relation to trying to keep up with a man. And when you
disagree.
use
I think that a lot of times women
I'm a subject matter expert, so I'm telling you.
Right. But here's a no.
But I'm telling you that
it's called a SME. We call them SMEs. SMEs are SME, subject matter expert, and it's applicable to corporate America or whether or not you're talking about. So I understand what you're saying, but I am too. And I've
in relation to inclusivity and diversity and terminology.
I understand exactly what the terminology is, but my implementation of it is actual real coaching sessions with, if not hundreds, close to 1,000 people, right? And what I'm telling you is that when you talk to her separately and she says that she wants a partner, in most instances, she's basically saying that she wants some say-so inside of the relationship. She wants some control over what she traditionally, men just did what men do and they didn't necessarily answer to women. Now, a man has to, in a lot of instances, when they define as a partner, discuss what he's going to do with her before he does it, because he's not really the head of the household.
That's true. Back in the day, the woman would literally ask the husband, hey, can I go out to my girlfriends? But in 2026, the men are asking the women if they can go out with their friends. But the man dare not say a word if she wants to go out with her girlfriends for brunch. Because if she does, then he's controlling, he's emotionally abusive. Like it's changed completely. And when they say partner, they want 50-50 with a man, like the same kind of power, right? In the relationship. They don't want the man to be a leader because we are partners. We are partners. It's 50-50. No one is above the other. That means she's not going to be submissive. You can't ask her to cook for you because she's not a wife. She's just your partner. But also, just because they want to be your partner and be 50-50 doesn't mean they want to be 50-50 with bills. Yeah, we can't forget that. They want you to be 100% bills, but still a partner.
You see what I'm saying? So partnership in the mind of people, even when you say it, you're reprogramming yourself to think, oh, she got just as much say-so as I do. Now, in a traditional household, that never meant that she wasn't included. A lot of times it was so inclusive to where the woman a lot of times was the ones that got the paycheck and then they paid the bills because the guy just didn't want to be bothered with that. He just wanted to go and do what he wanted to do. So it never meant that the woman wasn't included, but we changed the dynamic of the language because women wanted more say-so of what happened inside of the household.
Want to be more intimate.
But should women have say so if a man isn't the sole breadwinner? Because back in the day, we could say that, women didn't typically work because they couldn't. But like now, a lot of women are working. And then now, a lot of men are not the head of households. So now, and I'm just...
You know why that's a problem? Because even if women are contributing, even if the man is not the sole breadwinner, in most instances, overwhelmingly, even if they make around the same amount of money, he still pays the majority of the bills.
Facts.
Who's doing the majority of the labor?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He is.
It does matter.
It
Because
doesn't.
we're not both finna do a 40-hour week. You get to come home and lay on your ass, and then I got to come home, cook, clean, swing from a chandelier, and do X, Y. It don't work like that.
I mean, but if you're not paying 50-50 and if he's paying 70 and 30, even if you work 40 hours a week, come back and cook. Otherwise, let's go 50-50 on bills.
Let me ask you a question, Jess.
That's why that's so
If you work 40 hours in an administrative role, or maybe you work from home, right? And I work 40 hours and I'm a lineman and I'm up here fucking reconnecting lines and getting people power back on in the cold. Is it the same 40?
No, it's not.
No.
I'm sorry, I thought he asked me.
Is it the same 40 or no?
I don't
Yes.
No, it's not.
We'll have to agree to disagree, and that's okay.
Oh my God.
Come on, Jess. You know it's not.
Yeah, she's gonna stick to that.
You know it's not the
We
same.
can agree
40.
to disagree, and I'm cool with it.
See, and this is why we can't have a conversation because
Does
you're
it
gonna
ever
be,
counterbalance?
because you're gonna be disingenuous. I'm not trying
Because
to.
That's when the dude raised his hand.
No, I'm not trying to prove you wrong. I'm really trying to have a conversation. But if you're gonna be
As am I,
disingenuous about it,
and I'm
if you're
asking
gonna
you
be
questions
disingenuous
genuinely.
about, if you sitting at home and you never leave the house, and I have to go out there and crack and bust my ass, is it the same 40?
No.
One could argue that mental anguish is way worse than physical anguish.
Oh my
right?
God, this
mind.
woman.
Now you crazy.
Oh my
So mental anguish isn't worse.
She's literally saying if a woman stays home, cooks and cleans, and it's not like you clean every single day and do laundry every single day. Sure, you cook every day. She's saying a woman staying home and cooking every single day and cleaning is the same as a man doing 60 hours a week at a factory job. I don't care, Uber. I don't care even if it's corporate job, doctor, whatever. She's saying those are literally the same thing. If it was a something and if it was so easy, then women would literally beg men to stay home so they can go work the 60 hours for 40 years and provide for the family, but they don't want that too.
In physical anguish?
No,
That's crazy.
Oh my
look,
God.
I can kind of agree with you on
can't
that.
go
but
outside.
Because just because I'm at home and I'm still dealing. Let's just say if I have a customer service role, I'm still dealing
She's
with
such
people.
a feminist.
You dealing with the stress that they got. They talking to you.
I'm
crazy
dealing with
like
the
that.
stress that if
You
I don't
still-
connect this the right way, I could die.
Exactly.
And now I feel like
Fear.
we having a
We got
race
you,
to match
Jay.
to who's having the worst at their job.
no,
It should be
I'm
common
saying
sense.
The only reason that this
You're
came up
in
is
the
because you
exact
tried to
same role.
compare. The only reason that this came up is because you tried to compare and say, well, if I'm working 40 and you working 40, but it's not the same 40.
But let's just say it's not one of them kind of jobs, and we both just working 40 hours. Let's just say
I gotta say, the pressure is still on his back, regardless. He has to be the one to make sure
it's on his
that-
back, but he still need my half. I gotta give him my half.
That's
and then
different.
come home and cook,
But
clean.
hold on. I got you, say Juan. And I'm gonna come to you. But let me help you to understand something. This is how I know a person is not ready for a relationship. Because when you get into a relationship and you become one, there is no mine and yours. It's just in the pot.
One. Yeah.
And nobody is comparing. Nobody is saying,
She
hey,
doesn't
this
like
is
it.
yours, this is mine.
She's a feminist.
That's not a relationship.
bad one.
That's still boyfriend and girlfriend. This is how I know, and I've done 1,000 coaching sessions. I know the difference between somebody that is ready for a marriage and if somebody is still ready to just play house. Because when you want to play house, you still trying to have
She's
a
ready to
yours
go.
is yours and mine's is mine's. When you ready to get married, it all goes into the same pot. And so much so to where you don't, as a man, you don't discount her contribution. You actually value what she does, even if it's just a mother, because we all working together for the same thing. We all working together in order to make sure that we
Exactly.
all benefit. If we all bought in, and I'm not trying to fuck up or I'm not trying to separate it, then we playing with our cards face up. We all in together. It
That's
ain't no
an
yours. It's
oxymoron.
not- When
Oh my God.
when my direct deposit hit, I don't say, oh man, but wait a minute, don't touch it. I don't say that shit. You know what she
Yeah.
do? She go buy the groceries, she go get the stuff that she need to get, she go shopping or whatever. And nobody is keeping score, is what I'm saying.
So why
You're-
Tyrese
you're-
Shorty get all that
You're
backlash then?
you're a scorekeeper, is what I'm saying.
Because she
You're a
Most
scorekeeper.
modern women
It's all
do
in the
that.
same pot. It's all the money. So why matter if she's
But-
trying to
but-
get something when she
Hey,
leaves?
listen, I'm
So
so
y'all
much.
y'all
I'm,
like to
I'm
apply
so
stuff when
much.
it's applicable.
I'm so
when y'all
much
want
of
to
an
apply
all
it.
in together type.
No.
I mean, Jess, I know you're a feminist, but there's no way you just try to rationalize the fact that men are scared of divorce and losing their investments and losing all their life's work because of a 50-50 relationship. She literally just said, since it's supposed to be for one, men shouldn't be worried about divorce and losing half in a divorce. The main reason men are even worried about losing half in a divorce is because women didn't want to go 50-50 in a relationship. Women don't want to go 50-50 in a relationship, but they want to go 50-50 in a divorce. That's why men are so worried about it. Also, the last time I checked, anytime a woman makes money, she claims I'm independent. Independent of who? Men. Oh my, she hates men. Oh my God.
Okay, she's vindictive.
I'm so much of an all in type of thing, and that
Okay,
my
so we
daughter
all
don't-
This
in
is
and
bad.
Tyrese Shorty wanted her money.
Hold on. My daughter we don't even keep score with her. Everything is just all in the family. It's just a family pot. We just gonna run that shit up and we all integrate it, and you gonna take care of this. And listen, I called the real estate agent, but you out there and you checking on the site, you making sure that the contractors are straight. Nobody is dividing responsibility.
Anton,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
have that flexibility. Hear me out though. Not every man has that opportunity to do that, because my thing is a lot of men can't carry a full household by themselves. So he could be dependent on her half.
It
So
doesn't matter. It's
She's
all one
depending on
pot.
him
but
too.
if hers don't come into the pot and he only got that half, how the bills gonna get paid? That's what I'm trying to say. He
Then we
needs
make
that.
a step up on game.
See, this
She's
goes back-
depending on me
adjustments.
too.
No. If she working and he working and they both bring it, listen, at the end of the day, if I make $150,000 by myself and she don't bring in no resources, but she cover all of this other shit, and then you over there, you and your man, you make 75 or he make 90, right? And then you make 60. We all still making $150,000 in a household.
Yeah, but the issue is when a woman makes her money, she claims it's my money. But for the man, it's our money. It's the mindset. So they go into the relationship thinking that the man's money is for everybody and her money is her own money. So with that mentality, any man who's smart should be thinking, why am I investing in you again? Because the moment we divorce, you're going to keep your money and also want to take half of mine, and you've been saving yours, but I've been spending mine on you.
Can we get realistic numbers here, please?
You missing the point. It don't matter if y'all going, it don't matter if y'all going 90-60 or we going 150-0. It's all 150 or 100 or 80, whatever it is, you're in it together is the point. And the minute that you start keeping score is the minute that I know that you're not supposed to be in a relationship.
Exactly, because
Facts.
that mentality is already divided before you even become one. Like you're
And that's
Yeah,
what
but if
Kiki
she's not
represented.
bringing anything in, you're gonna resent her in a while.
But that's why he said resources.
You
A
divide
woman can be
responsibilities depending on your circumstance. So if I'm running it up
Okay.
and I say, hey, listen, it don't make sense for us to get a daycare. I don't want nobody raising our kids. Plus, you know what I'm saying? That actually takes away because if
That's
you
a
want to
big
raise
nut though.
kids,
That
all you
that
doing is
daycare.
yeah, all you doing is paying to pay somebody to take care of the kids to put their values in it. I'd rather you stay home. Listen, focus on this. I'm gonna focus on this. We make some adjustments, whatever, so on and so forth, and we gonna run that shit up. Where is this team at? Like, why we not a team no more?
They don't care about
It's
that.
a lack of humility.
Well, everybody doesn't
It's a
have
lack
that
of
mentality.
It's not score, it's expectation is what I'm saying.
It's a
That
lack
the
of-
expectation that not only do I also have to do my 40, I'm doing the brunt of the labor at the house that a man doesn't necessarily have to do it and it's not held accountable to do. We're talking about expectation, not necessarily keeping score.
It's a lack
So when
of.
I feel where you're coming from, Jess. I do my same
so when
Thank
the
you, Ted.
snowfall,
Like they're taking this and
One
twisting.
mic, one mic.
so when the snowfall or the grass got to be cut or the gutters got to be cleaned or any of that type of
Ooh,
stuff,
once every 6 weeks.
that's not.
This is
I
this
just
is
know
why
being
Well, it's funny
is
because
why
with the
I say
gutters
all
that
the
have
Clean the
time.
gutters twice
he
a
gonna
year.
ask you for your hat.
Like,
Anton, this is
okay.
why relationships has
The
changed
grass.
forever.
Listen,
This
if
is the
I would
mindset
have
right
to,
here.
Once
if I
This
would
is
be,
why I
if I'm
say you
sitting
need to
there
vet your
arguing with
women.
a
You need to
woman,
vet the women that you're
if I would
serious
start
about.
sitting there arguing with
This
a
is why
woman
men are
about
stay single.
responsibilities, dividing responsibilities, I'm out. I'm out.
Period. Like
This is why men are single.
Wait, say that again.
If I have to sit there and go back and forth, if I even have to discuss dividing responsibilities to try to make it equal, I'm out.
Yeah.
There's no reason to
should a
argue.
woman have
In that situation, I'd rather just fuck you and send you home.
period. Because what are you here for? You just here to complain about whatever.
I don't think you. I think you missed it. I would
Already
rather.
teased.
I would rather fuck you and send you home
Dang.
than to take care of you 100%.
Period.
I mean,
It's
why
gonna be a
not?
headache.
I can always send you home with a wet ass, but
Woo!
I don't
Lord,
have
have
to do
mercy.
this. Like I don't have to allow for you to benefit from being in my world. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
quiet.
Like I'm doing you a favor.
She's quiet.
And I want you to take equity into the company, like this company that we building together. Or I could send you home.
Yeah, that's what men are
Mufasa,
doing.
did you have something to add? It looked like you did.
And really, this is why men are staying single. Guys, if you're gonna marry a woman and she has never spent money on you during the dating phase or the courtship phase, and she has never cooked for you, I can guarantee you she's never gonna do those things in a marriage. Because you've made her accustomed to you doing everything. A woman who's down for you is going to be, she's not even going to wait for you to suggest her to do something. She's not going to wait for you to say, can you cook for me a meal? But unfortunately, we live in a time where the mindset is just like for Jess. They're keeping score of everything they're doing for a man. And then for them to do something, they expect you to first do a whole grand gesture before she cooks 2 eggs for you. Crazy.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm 24, by the way. And
Damn.
I got a kid.
We can hear you, but we can't hear you.
You look older, but go ahead, try it again.
Jess.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I increased your audio. Go ahead.
No, Q said damn.
I'm 24.
Who's 24?
He look older. Sorry.
Yeah, he looks
Like
older.
75.
Y'all not letting this man talk.
Okay, my bad. My bad. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm trying to. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
give y'all the
Go
average
ahead.
person life. So I go to trucking school in 2 weeks, and I make sure I study hard and all that because I have a family to take care of. And me and my fiance came up with a plan to the point that, like somebody said, I don't want daycare taking care of my children and raising my children and like that. I want this to be a team thing, and we're gonna be married before our baby come and all that because I want a kid out of wedlock. So overall,
Is she pregnant now?
yeah.
So you already got
It
a
was
kid
out
out
of
of wedlock.
wedlock. It was out of wedlock.
Yeah, I'm bad. I thought, man, boy, I'm still figuring this out. Okay.
I hear you, I hear you.
Check me out. But I'm making sure that I handle business, and even now with my job that I currently have, I'm making sure that I don't lack on nothing. And I slave at FedEx like a motherfucker, but I still handle my business. But I'm going to find a career so that I can build my wealth, so that my wife won't have to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, just like somebody said, it's a team thing. You got to
Do
make sure
y'all?
you're on the same page.
She the same age as you?
Like 2 years older.
2 years younger.
Yeah.
Y'all known each other for a while?
Yeah, we've been together 2.5 years.
That's what's up. Did she already got a kid at all?
No. Just both our
That's good.
That's what's up. I
Let
mean,
me-
I think you can figure it out. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we got our first place together. We, you know what I'm saying? We figured it out.
You seem like a good guy, man. You seem like a good guy. Only thing I would say to you is well, I would have to know her too, but in a general sense, only thing I would say is continue to keep it sound like you enthusiastic about having a kid. Sound like you excited about getting married. Just stay on that path, bro. Just know that you're gonna become more successful, you're gonna become greater. And don't let nobody get in y'all ear or knock y'all off y'all square. Keep y'all business to yourself. Yeah. And don't let nobody else get involved with what y'all got going on as long as it's going good.
He's gonna have to work harder though.
And from let me tell you something from an older guy. Let me tell you somebody's name 60. It sounds what you said sounds beautiful. But a lot of things gonna happen during all of this time. People gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Serious stuff gonna happen. You're gonna go to the doctor, you're gonna get diagnosed with something. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta understand who you with. Can they stand that?
Yeah.
When you come home and say, I got liver cancer, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start looking.
That's a little dire shampoo.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you're a checkup away from death. I'm telling you.
No, it should be more about if he loses his job. I think that's where most men struggle with finding a woman who can stay with them. Because already Jess is talking about they want to keep their own money separate from a man. So finding a woman who's going to stay with you, and when you lose your job, she's not afraid to chip in. She's not afraid to go 50-50. Because we live in the times where the woman is expecting the man to pay all the bills. Even if she makes even more than him, she still expects you to pay all her bills. Even during a dating phase. Now imagine in a marriage, you can't rely on such a person. That means, and if you stop paying 100 and you go to 80, she's going to leave you and find a man who can pay 100. So shout out to this brother. But yeah, it's going to be a tough journey. But anyway, shout out to Anton Daniels. Link down below. Let's go to the next video. Lapif.
I do think it's when it comes to listening, I think it's interesting because if listening will come from the women first, I always find it funny that men will say that they're the leaders, but then they expect a woman to exhibit leadership for them to reciprocate what she is doing. If you are the leader, then it's incumbent upon you to listen to the woes and the issues of the people who are following you and then and clearly explain your leadership, right? And give them a vision, something to follow while adhering to their concerns. Like that's, you would want to listen to the people who follow you if you're a leader. But if you're saying as a leader, hey, I require for you to listen to me first and then I'll listen to you, they're probably not going to follow because you're not going to get their buy-in. You're not going to get that investment from them because they don't feel like their opinions matter, right? So when it comes to the leader follow type of dynamic, I do think that that part is a little bit interesting. I also think it's interesting when Aaron just spoke about emotional responses. That's not something that's specific to women. So I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to spread it and say that that's what I'm going to apply to listening to most of y'all talk. Because most of the time when you guys speak, a woman will say something like, hey, you know what? It's hard for you to be a protector when men are the ones harming women mostly, right? It's hard to say you're the protector when you're largely the predator in society. So what, you're saying all men are bad? You're saying all men are just out here harming? No. What I said was what I said. What you heard was your emotions. So it's not only women who listen from an emotional place. Men listen from an emotional place because we are emotional beings. You cannot say that we're not. You can't say it's just women who listen emotionally. If there's one time you can point to a man, overwhelmingly, especially on these podcasts, when y'all crash out left and right, who listen from a logical place and not emotional, I would be glad to hear it.
So, this tends to happen every now and then, pretty, and maybe that's just your gift. The way the ability for you to hear things and look at things and find a way to introduce propaganda, almost like in a sense of the danger side of life. Two things can be true at the same time.
Why.
I think we can all agree to that, right? So as you stated, oftentimes the predators are the men, but overwhelmingly the men are also the heroes as well as the leaders. And I like how you dismantle our position. Yeah. Like this, it's a gift. You'll take us and prop us up and tear us down at the same time. This is not me being emotional. This is just what I'm hearing. To state, and this is why I say sometimes with women it's interesting. I wish at times you guys play sports. I wish at times there was more positions of leadership, because a lot of what you respond to, you would understand. It's kind of like being hired as a job. If you're being hired, I'm first instructing. At some point in this exchange, you will have an opinion. You will have things that you garner and gather amongst the transition of our relationship. And I think this is the biggest disparity in common day. Women really believe that their relationship is their relationship. You were only here because I placed you here. No woman runs relationships. It's my relationship.
I disagree. Plenty of women are running relationships. The reason men are complaining and talking about their experiences is because women like her. You see how she opened her eyes? Because she knows. The reason I say women are running relationships because there's so many men in sexless relationships, but they are stuck in those sexless relationships. If men were really running shit in most relationships, they wouldn't stay in sexless relationships, whether it's a marriage, whether they got kids or not. But back to this feminist. If you want to know that a woman is really a feminist, she can never give a point without saying something negative about men. That's how you should know who a feminist is. Everything she says, every argument she makes is going to be something negative about men and something about men doing something bad towards women.
I had to see value in you.
See the disrespect.
To, be open, and I'll land JR in a minute, because I think this is important. So I think that's when you respond. That's what I think you leave out. You want to give credence, and then you want to also introduce terror, for whatever reason. I think that's just maybe your gift. You're like the Joker of the panel in a sense. And I'm not being critical. I'm saying from Batman and the characters. But basically, like I said, two things can be true at the same time. What Aaron said, I think, is pivotal. A lot of what the men are saying. Oftentimes, the disconnect for me is what I find is that there is growth on both ends. I would be remiss to say that men are all fully finished when we're introduced to you. That would be a lie. But I can overwhelmingly state that when you guys are in our care, under our leadership, under our tutelage, you are not a finished product. There is so much growth and so much guidance that most women need. For you to even call yourself a balanced woman, you need a man for that to even be true, you know? And I know you may not agree. Maybe you're not there at that developed stage yet to understand what I'm saying, but maybe one day we'll arrive there, and I'll land.
If you want to know if a woman respects you or not, the hate she has towards a man is when a man is talking respectfully and she's making these weird faces. Like the hate she has towards men is, you can see it oozes around her face. And I know some of you guys are going to talk about, oh, which man can deal with that? They get men all the time. There's some men who are attracted to this because that's who their mother was as well. So they end up with those types of men.
All right, go ahead, respond pretty, and then let's go ahead and hear it.
It's not funny.
Sorry. This is why I laugh at you guys. I'm sorry. This is why I laugh at you. What are you talking about? Tutelage? Come on.
You
Come
do
on.
understand. You understand.
That's a lie table. It's
You
a
understand
lie
the word.
table. That is
She
not
understands.
a table. That is
You
a
understand
lie
the word,
table.
right?
That is
You
a
understand.
lie table. That's what that
She
is.
understands. That's why she's
So, anyways, let me put this
stretching
one.
it.
No. So when we sit here, we have conversations about
Shot clock.
when we have conversations about you're not in this position until I place you there, and you want to refer to employment. I love that you went into that realm because clearly you don't understand how employment works. See, before any company can even begin to start recruitment or even employee attraction, they have to create an employee proposition statement. And what that would be is them trying to even show and convey why they would be useful to that person in the first place. They would have their benefits. They have, hey, here's all the things we offer as a company, growth opportunities. We have gyms on membership and whatever. Like, please come, please. And they try to sell themselves. So people want to work for them. And then when they hire them or when they interview, both people interview each other, right? That person interviews and says, hey, you know what? I want this. And the company says the same thing back. And oftentimes employees are no-shows because a lot of y'all don't properly recruit and you don't make people want to work for you. And so they don't show up on their first day or they decline the offer. They're non-select, right? And then when you do get some people on to actually get hired, what they leave in the first 90 days because you do a crap job of onboarding and actually getting people excited to be a part of that organization. So there's multiple points in that where my point still lands, but true, I was not speaking about employment, and that's y'all's problem. You consider women to be employees that are disposable, and that is why you lose them often because you do not consider them to be valuable.
I would love.
God. When they use the employment example, it's an analogy to show you that, hey, listen, when you go to work, because remember, these women respect their bosses more than they respect their husbands. The boss will literally tell them to make him coffee every single morning, but she will refuse to make a sandwich for her husband. So let's not forget that. So the reason they used employment as an example, it's an analogy to paint a picture for you, to test your logic. Hey, listen, if you're coming to me as a man, I'm as the boss, going to hire you as my wife, these are the things you're going to have to go through. It's not because they don't value women. Oh man, this feminist.
I would love to respond. So
give him my spot. Give him my time, JR.
I use that as an example because I'm operating under the assumption that you are actually intelligent enough to understand the comparison.
An analogy. That's what I say.
So I'll say it again, maybe slower. I don't
need it. It's the same example. It's employment.
I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to those people who are listening to this. Okay, cool, great. So if those women have not grown to understand, because this is a true fact, and most men would probably get this, the relationship is always ours. We have a vision for it. We have an expectation for it. You are part of that process when we decide to choose you, right?
She run off.
Cool.
You see that disrespect?
So I do agree, like you said, there's a discussion and whatnot. But what you had said was the fact that a good leader needs to listen. I agree with that. I don't think that that's something that we have to, I guess, showcase or even, comment on. But that's, again, why I say that's your talent. You spend an abundance amount of time trying to make it seem like men are great and limited all at the same time. I would love for you to pick a lane because it's interesting that you do that. I honestly don't know why.
Because she hates men. That's it. She hates men. That's it. And just because she hates men doesn't mean men don't want her. Because I know I see the comments, guys. Oh, that's why she's going to die alone. No, they still have, and she is a good looking chocolate sister. I'm not going to lie. Some of you guys may disagree, but trust me, even with the mindset, they still get men because they're still women at the same time at the end of the day. And shout out to Lapif. But hey, listen, there you go. All right, next, let's go to Fadi.
So all the ladies at the same time, should women watch how they dress?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you repeat it again? Aaliyah, where you looking at? Aaliyah, watch this. Aaliyah, hold on. Before you answer that, Aaliyah, I'm gonna get you right. We gonna get you right because you got it. You got the potential, right? Aaliyah, do women and children perform better under the control of men or under the control of themselves?
Repeat the question one more time.
Does a woman perform better under the control of a man? Do women and children perform better under the control of a man, or do women and children perform better under the control of a woman?
Of a man.
Should men control women?
No, she's gonna say no. That's a no. That's
Do you see? Now watch. The fact that you can't give up control, right? You said you want to be able to do what you want to do. You want to dress how you want to dress when you want to and when it fits you. But Aaliyah, majority of what women are picking is just to be outside and act like they got control of something, but they ruining their lives, Aaliyah. Everything that let me slow down. Let's slow down. Work with me. Tell me what a woman doing by themselves. Look, so I'm gonna give you the club. I'm gonna give you the club. I'm gonna give you the strip club. I'm gonna give you girls trips. I'm gonna give you the concerts. I'm gonna give you living her best life, being her 3 or 4 life. What are women doing outside of being with a man that is better than being with a man?
Nothing.
Developing her own business. And this is what I was saying. Like when it comes to the club life outside, like how we saying, I fully agree. A man should be in control because it's just like, shorty, calm down. However, like for me, for example, because I'm thinking about my personal experience, I model. So like that's a whole different thing when it comes to like how I dress and I'm presenting myself because I'm in an industry that's based off of that and how I'm going and maneuvering through that. That's not indicating like my personal life. Like my personal life, I'm just like a little tomboy. Like I might wear a cute little crop or something, but majority of my body's covered. But when I'm in the industry, depending on what lane I'm in, I ain't covered like that. Like, but that's how I get my bread and butter and how I'm maneuvering my narrative in that. Now, if I'm talking about my personal life, I fully agree with you 100%. But if I'm thinking about my industry life, I got to think about my money right there because that's my brand. That's my business.
You're on mute, Tilcon.
Who are you without your modeling? Who are you? So as a woman, like just without your modeling, without your career, without a man, who are you?
I'm a fitness girly.
You're a fitness girly that is what? Like
what are you
what does that mean? Like you're a woman for one. You're a woman.
Yes.
So you're a fitness woman.
Yes.
So how do you want to portray yourself as a fitness woman in the modern dating market?
I take care of myself physically and mentally. A lot of people that are do you go to the gym a lot?
Yes, I go to the gym 4 times a week.
Yeah, so you feel better, your clarity, you're having different thought process compared to people that aren't in the fitness industry.
I'm also in the gym as a mother and a wife.
Yeah, and then that's your percent because I'm not a mother and a wife.
Right, but as a woman, who are you? As a woman, like what do you stand by? What gets you up in the morning?
Boss
taking care of yourself means dressing in a promiscuous way. You find dressing
don't dress in a promiscuous way.
So as a woman, do you dress like a model? Or do you dress differently as a woman than you do in your career mode?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So we're separating who you are in your career and then who you are at the gym and then who you are as a woman.
Who are you? That is what this question, the dress code, is all about. It's about who you are as a woman. If you are a woman who considers herself a girly, that's a problem. You're not a girly, you're a woman. We need to start using the words that apply to us, right?
I think they use the girly thing because I've seen it so many times on social media, but I think that's a new term women use to make themselves feel young. You will even find 70-year-old women calling themselves girlies, me and the girlies, me and the girls. I think it makes them feel young. But at the end of the day, guys, the truth is the times we live in, the days of women doing something to, they will do something to attract the man, but something to keep a man, that's never going to happen. You know how as a man, you try to work and earn money because, you know, you want to be able to provide for your kids, for your wife when you eventually get there. When women are single, they're not doing anything for the future husband or for the future boyfriend. They're just trying to attract men. So whether the way they dress, the way they talk, whatever they're doing, it's just for attracting the man. They're not thinking about, okay, after I get him, let me learn how to cook so that after I get married, I can cook for my husband. They're not thinking that far out anymore.
And then also, you're a modern, beautiful woman, fit and friendly in the dating market, but you're saying things that don't match who you're presenting. Like you're presenting very covered up, very modestly, but then you're advocating for women to dress like sluts, and we don't understand why.
Independence.
That's why the guys are keep circling the wagon, trying to get you to come to this, what I'm saying right here.
Sexual
If
liberation.
you can get up here and present yourself as a modest woman, why are you defending women dressing promiscuously?
Because when she dresses promiscuously, she doesn't want other women to judge her. So you'll find a woman who's probably even a virgin, who has never been with a man. She doesn't go to the clubs. She doesn't do any of the 3 or 4 shit, defending women who do it. But the reason they do it, they are hoping if they ever do those things, these women won't be, you know, criticizing them and trying to hold them accountable. It's the whole sisterhood, meaning I'm going to promote you and support you as you're being in the streets. When it's my turn to be in the streets, don't shame me, don't judge me either, because I didn't judge you back in the day. That's why they support each other, even if they don't do those same activities other women do.
I would defend it as a choice. Like, I choose to be in that industry. I choose to take advantage of my looks. So I'm not saying like I'm completely modest. Like in my womanhood outside the industry, I would consider myself that. Now, if I'm including my industry life, I'm considered a hypocrite because here I am. I go to Miami Swim Week. I'm in a bikini. I'm showing off like everything that I got. But I'm choosing to do that. It's just like it's all a choice at the end of the day.
Okay.
Are you an hypocrite again?
Fatty, hold on. No, hold on. Smell it. She's asking you why are you doing that? Why?
Because I feel most confident when I do that. If I can still be comfortable doing what I do and not feeling completely judged, I feel judgment here and there, but it's for comfortability for me.
The guys are saying that they're judging you. And you're saying that you want to dress promiscuously during Miami Bike Week because it makes you feel good. But the guys are saying it doesn't make them feel good. So this is like the self-care industry. This is where it bugs me with you guys, because your self-care is eroding your self-esteem because you're single and you're not happy. And you want a man, because we all want to be up under some instruction by a man. But your behavior is what keeps men away from you. And that, I'm talking to women that think like you, because for a woman that is in a relationship, you come off, you're advocating for single feminist women. Yeah. This is the talking points that you're mimicking right now. So I'm a married woman. My talking points reflect my lifestyle. So this is another thing that confuses men in the dating market, because we say one thing, but then we're doing something else. That's why the guys keep asking these questions over and over again, trying to get you to do the deductive reasoning.
Right.
It's not working out. Not for you, but just for like, not in general.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can't speak on that collective because my experience is different than what the collective is. So I can't have an answer that's going to give you guys kind of like that clarity because I
Can
just
your man?
have a different situation.
Can your
No, because pretty much they want the relationship. Don't get me wrong. Like women want the relationships with a man, but not because they like the man, not because they want to enjoy the relationship and good times and things like that. They want the relationship with a man to enjoy the benefits of having a man. So that's dick once in a while, because they have to use the sex as manipulation to get something from a man. So they're gonna use the sex every once in a while, give him some. But most importantly, the benefits of provision and the protection, they want that, but at the same time, they want to be able to act single, to be able to attract. Because anytime you have a woman, I can guarantee you 1,000%, she thinks she can do better every single time. Otherwise, they wouldn't want to be in a relationship, but act single. When they act single, they are telling other men, hey, listen, I'm here, I'm single and sexy, come get me, even if she has a man. That's the only reason they act single in a relationship.
man be outside entertaining people, a woman who's doing exactly like you? Can he be liking women posts? Can he be commenting? And can he be talking to them? Can he flirt with them? Can he can entertain them? You're fine with that?
He can like their pictures and everything like that. It depends on like there's a boundary. Like we discuss our boundaries when it comes to our relationship and what we find acceptable and what we don't.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
we were
because
able to find those
the like,
boundaries
so
and-
what does he do if it's not too personal? What does he do for a living?
He's ex-military, but he's also going to school for film.
Okay, does he do those things? Does he entertain women? Does he like other women's pictures? Does he comment on? So what you're saying is a man who he set boundaries for you to be able to accept what you're doing. But if he ever really started doing that, it would bother you. It's so many women that would be like, why you care about what I posted on Facebook, what I could post on my Instagram, but you want to date a man who doesn't do those things. And as soon as he finally checks you, go, yo, Aaliyah, you know what? I thought I was cool with it, but I don't like these pictures you posting on Facebook and IG. That's how you met me. But as soon as he starts doing it, you're gonna have a problem with him modeling, showing his body off, showing
Double
his manhood
standards.
off, where women can have access to him and see him, and him complimenting him as well too. But you're doing the very thing that you don't want him to entertain. That's what she's asking.
I don't post what he doesn't want me to post. Like we had that conversation. That's what I'm saying. My situation is different from the majority. I agree with you. It comes off like that. But again, with like my relationship personally.
No. He doesn't post you. No. Aaliyah, you run that relationship. Regardless of what you we can hear your language. He's fine with what you allow, what you're posting. He's accepting what you're posting as well too. If he told you to change something, would you change it?
Yes. We actually had that.
So if he told you to, if he says, hey Aaliyah, you ain't, I thought I can handle it. You're not modeling no more. My woman body ain't being nowhere on the internet. You can do all the fitness you want to. Only fitness I accept is, babe, you can train women, you can get them in shape and do what's best for them. You can take care of yourself as well too, but you ain't showing your body to nobody anymore.
She's never
Would you
gonna
stop?
do it.
Showing off my body, I would stop. I developed a part where I have a business where I don't even have to be in front of the camera anymore because I got to that point in my life now. Now, if I was younger, if I was still in my 20s, then yeah, I would probably be one of those hoo-hoo rah-rah females. But I'm in my 30s now. It's just like, okay, sooner or later, I am going to have to stop being like that type of model. I already developed a part of my business where I don't have to do that anymore. But I do it for my own comfortability because I'm like, I still kind of got it or whatever. Like I'm feeling it. But when I got addressed about it, I rechecked myself, took accountability, and I took it down.
But what do you mean by you
let me just say something real quick before y'all go. Oh, go ahead, Alicia. You don't even ever be talking.
Aaliyah, can I ask a question? Do you have a problem? Not maybe problem is not the right word, but do you have an issue with giving up control to your man?
She does.
To a certain extent, I do.
There you go. Women want men to lead them on their own terms. So when you hear a woman talk about, I want a leader. So I'll give you an example. If you meet a woman who's 30 years and older, at some point in her lifetime, for all the men who have been hitting on her, all the men who have been approaching her, she has met a good man. She has met a man who's a good leader, with a good job, tall, and all those things they claim they want when they reach 35, 40, 45, right? All the standards they claim they want in a man, they have met that type of man. But the thing is, they didn't want to submit to that man. The type of man women want is the man who meets all their requirements, but lets them do whatever they want. Once they find out, okay, this guy, he's a stand-up dude, he has shit going on for himself, but he's not letting me dress the way I want. He's not letting me go out to my girlfriends. He's making me cook for him. Okay, he's paying all the bills, but I don't like the way, he doesn't want to argue with me because they like that drama, arguing back and forth, but he doesn't do that. Once they find out, okay, he has strict rules, now they don't want him. So now the type of man they want, have the money, pay my bills, shut up, don't tell me nothing to do. That's why she's saying she has a hard time giving up control, even if she wants a leader.
I think you mentioned earlier that you like being able to do what you want to do. And a part of giving up control to your man is not always being able to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
So Ilkan brought up control, and I think women misunderstand the word control. When men say, I want to be in charge, I want to control the relationship, I think we misunderstand that word. It's not like he wants to be your lieutenant and tell you what you need to do, how you need to walk, how you need to talk. It's him controlling the relationship is part of his protection. That's how he protects the relationship. That's how he protects you. So it's not that he doesn't want you to do these things because he wants to be your lieutenant. He just wants to protect you. And I feel like when I was listening to you, it sounded to me like you holding on to that freedom of I can do what I want to do, and I'm not going to allow a man to control me. But understand the control is not what you think it is. The control is the protection.
Yeah, but why would she do it? That's the point. Like, I actually don't get this conversation, right? If she can get away with it, why would she do it? If I can get the protection of a man while I'm in relationships, and this is most relationships, the woman dictates where they live, what the color of the blind and the couches, and where the kids go to school, and the car, the color of the car, and when we're going to vacation. If I can get away with everything, why are we trying to convince people? Say, you know what? I will relinquish the power that I have so people in the world can say, you see, look at her listening to her man. Respectfully, these women don't want nothing to do with men if they can get from them. Is like men want sex from woman, and then they want that woman like Patricia O'Neal to be close, but over there. Don't be always around me and nagging me. I like you, but stay over there, like on a place where I can see you and I can grab you when I want you, but don't say like why are we once again having women are miserable. Women are miserable regardless. Give her a kingdom and a husband and a castle, and I don't have two castles. Give her the world. I don't have the universe.
Yeah,
Women
it's never
are
enough.
miserable. Either they get everything they want, or they get nothing they want. They have kids. They want to be single. They are single. They want to have kids. They are married. They want to go outside. They are outside. They want to get married. Like, why are we once again trying to say and trying to pretend that most women are not like Aaliyah? They just get what they get, and respectfully, if the rules are changed, she will get another man that does the job that she wants her to do. Because that's probably man. As soon as she puts the single status, and as soon as she deletes all the pictures, there's going to be a bunch of men that are going to say, you know what, I got you. Don't worry about it. Oh, no kids. Oh, in shape. Oh, wait. Oh, look good. Like it's. I get it, right? This is how the world should be. But Rose, you are very mistaken. Women don't want to be under a man at all. They are just like men. They want to be under a man on those sheets. As soon as the session is over, that woman will try to wrestle the power, even if she has an established man, a rich man,
That's
the
what I said.
king. Women are not satisfied with being queens. They will literally try to aim for the crown every single time they get, because that's what women do. Even when they find men that are suitable, they're always trying to see if that crown. Oh, hey, what's up, king? Hey, let me try that crown real quick. Oh, does it fit? Oh.
And guys, I was reacting to this in real time. I didn't watch that whole thing. That's just, and Spotty said exactly what I said. That a woman will be in a relationship with a good man. But the number one reason women want to be in a relationship with a good man, but still be able to do what they want to do, in other words, act single, go out with their girlfriends, dress the way they want, without the man saying anything, because they don't want to lose the power of being able to attract another man in case this doesn't work out. Even if we know 80% of the chance she's going to be the reason why the relationship ended, they always want to be in the sense of, I still got it, I can still attract other men. That's why if she's in a relationship with a good man, she's still going to do things that makes other men think she's single. That's why they go out. You see women, they take off their wedding rings too. Men used to do it, now women do it because they don't want to be looked at as a married, I can't attract a man. It makes them feel good going to the grocery store to shop and 2 or 3 men approach her and then she can get the satisfaction of telling them she's a married woman. I can still, even Steph Curry's wife was talking about it, that she doesn't get attention anymore. Men don't talk to her. She doesn't feel sexy anymore. It's just a crazy mindset, but unfortunately, that's who they are. But I know, man, shout out to Fadi. Shout out to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Peace.